fishing news is sponsored by these fine partners.
It's been a bit frustrating up here along these open beaches, cast after cast after cast. I always keep thinking the next one, it's never the last cast until I say it out loud. But I've been saying it out loud a little bit quicker than normal. And I always think tomorrow's going to be the day. I'm Jim Hutchinson with the New Jersey Delaware Bay edition of the Fisherman magazine. I've been talking to a lot of surfcasters who are in the same boat, so to speak, as me. Monmouth, Ocean, Atlantic, Cape May County. It's just not happening just yet. The water temperature is warm. You can see it's foggy and misty out here, no doubt because of the warmer water temperatures. It's not to say that these striped bass are late, however. I checked our reports from this time last year from the Fisherman magazine. I went back October 20th, 2019. They were in our November 19 edition of the Fisherman magazine. That's the week that North Jersey field editor J.B. Casper reported a flotilla of boats just inside the 3-mile line, some big, nice, fat, chunky stripers caught primarily on the troll. Well, we go to print this Sunday with the November edition of the Fisherman magazine. I'm hoping that we're going to see similar reports for our November edition. I feel like it's only hours away at this point. Chuck Manny, he tells me up along the northern coast, northern Monmouth County, he's getting into some big stripers on a regular basis. He's out there fishing just about every day, but he's catching some big fish while slow trolling some of those live baits. Meanwhile, Staten Island's Captain Guy Buono, Crunch Sport Fishing, he said he's been working east out towards Deb's Inlet along the south shore of Long Island. That's where he put Curtis Aubrey on this fish of a lifetime on his 70th birthday. Happy birthday, Curtis. A 52-inch striper. Not too shabby. Things to come. Eels, of course, work day and night. Matt Lassell caught a 44-incher at night on a 3-way, short drifting some structure in the back of Raritan Bay. I'm thinking bridge between New Jersey and Staten Island. Couple of eeled fish. I think Chuck uses eels as well sometimes. Captain John Cantello, meanwhile, also out of Raritan Bay. He's also working east. Tandem trolled Mojos caught this 60-pound striper, caught and released. Again, that was farther east. So hopefully that's a sign that things are ready to break open here along the Jersey beaches. I know striper hound Rick Donofrio, he's back at it, leaving Shark River Inlet just about every morning. Loves trolling those spoons, and he's catching some good fish as well. So it is starting to move. But how about this surf? Not much happening just yet. We're getting a few scattered reports up and down the beaches of some schooly fish here and there, though John from Betty and Nick's on Tuesday morning, he said this, quote, "I'm fairly certain that the tip of the run is just starting in our area right now. The pocket had decent bass yesterday, up to 35 inches, and I've seen more pictures," John said, "of bass in our area than I've seen all year." Said mostly paddle tails. I'm throwing them. I'm throwing the paddle tails. I'm bringing the paddle tails. I've got some jigs just in case I got to get out past the breakers. I see some breaking fish from time to time. Just keep yourself prepared. Make sure you bring everything that you need. The plug bags are fantastic. I've got them loaded. When they're in close with the metal lips and getting in on bunker, maybe some straggling finger mullet. I don't know. I'm just hoping it's going to break open. Down LBI way, the derby's in full gear. Though most of the weigh-ins after the first week and a half, they've been kingfish, added to the tournament this year. Spice things up a little bit. Although Jack Mace was fishing squid, no doubt looking for a kingfish, north end of LBI, lo and behold, brought this 29¼ inch striper in to Surf City Bait and Tackle, weighed 8½ pounds. Perfect fish for the table. I saw reports this week from Noel at One Stop in Atlantic City of a few schoolies, maybe bigger, some stripers along the rocks in Atlantic City. Though for the most part, throughout Atlantic and Cape May County, it's been mostly school fish, but especially out back along the sedges and sod banks. Jose Cerubi said he fished a Fishaholics finback shad, white, on a 3¼ ounce jig head for this guy. So again, it's good to see some stripers out back. Andy at Riptide Bait and Tackle in Brigantine, he said the stripers that are getting caught in the back bays have sea lice on them. Good sign. Means there's some ocean fish. We need some more of these ocean arrivals. Folks on the rock there in Brigantine, however, while they're waiting for the striper action to kick off, like we all are, folks are enjoying some good jetty tog action there along the jetty rocks at Absecon Inlet. Riptide's Tommy Togginator with an 18-incher on green crab. using a Togginator tog rig. Good to know. Mike Slagowski also let me know he's been hitting the sticky stuff in and around Grassy Sound in Cape May County, fishing greenies and Asian crabs for some of those bay blackfish. The one benefit, I guess, of the water temperatures, these tog are staying in close. We still have that 1 tog limit at this point in New Jersey, but a whole variety of crab species will get you into the tog along the jetty rocks, some of the sod, the sedges, some of that back bay structure, think bridges, but sand crabs, calicos, shedders, fiddlers, along with those greens, whites, and Asian crabs. They'll get you into that single blackfish. Clam in a pinch, of course. We've had times in the back where we're fishing for stripers and we get tip, 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 nibble, nibble, put down a smaller hook. A lot of times in the shoulder season, those tog will take clam baits. Of course, finding surf clam has been a challenge of its own. I did see this week where Hands 2 in Cape May County, they got a load of surf clams in. They might still be there while you're watching this. But if you're looking for clam, you really got to hunt around. I usually call Dave at Absecon Bay. He's always got a line on baits. Traditional bayman. He lets us know on that stuff. But he too is catching striped bass in the back, the Absecon area, Mullica River, Great Bay. And he says they're silvery, which is also a good sign. More sea-run striped bass. That's what we're looking for. Those not gunning for stripers this weekend where a single jetty, sod bank, or inlet tog just ain't enough to feed the family, get thee to a head boat. The black sea bass bite is phenomenal on the days when the boats can sail. Boats in every port along the Jersey shore, like the Jamaica 2 out of Brielle. Full boat limits this week. It's a closer run to keepers the farther into North Jersey you go. You get into that structure a little bit closer to shore. Down into Atlantic and Cape May County, you may have to travel a bit, get farther offshore. The reports I had at Wildwood and Cape May Reef, a lot of smaller fish. So get yourself a little east. Find yourself some of the structure to get in on those humpbacks. If you show up with a boat, it could be high-low rig with clam. Easy peasy, drop, reel. But of course, don't forget, bring some bucktails, jig heads, bring those gulps. Try those new gulp paddle tails. And as we covered last week's video, the slow pitch jigging, definitely a new option for you for the future. A little cloudy, foggy here along the beach, but I'll tell you, there's beautiful colors starting to bloom when you go farther inland. It's a great time of year to take advantage of that fall scenery and also the fall stocking trout throughout the region. Let's get more with my friend George, the Pocono Outdoors guy.
Well, hey, thanks, Jim. You know, the colors are beautiful here, and on the leaf peepers are out in full force, I'll tell you that. But it's also a great time of year for the fishermen. Yeah, the trout guys are going absolutely nuts. There's great trout fishing pretty much everywhere. Now, I was talking with Rich Bates. He checked in with a 28-inch brown trout, and that was out of the Wallapampack Creek. So, holy cow, what a trout that is. And Justin Lerner checked in from New Jersey. He was out with a nice brook trout, and Justin said this trout doesn't get any prettier than this, and I think I have to agree with him. Absolutely beautiful. Good work, Justin. Now, I was also talking to the folks over at the Broadhead chapter of Trout Unlimited. Eric Gutzdahl there says, George, do me a favor and remind your folks to look out for trout. This is the spawning season for trout, so if you're out wading in those creeks and streams, please be careful. We got to give those trout time to spawn out, so just tread lightly there. Also, the PA Fish and Boat Commission is still stocking trout. They started their program on September 28th, and it's going to run all the way through to December 19th. So you can check out where they're going to stock in your area. Go to fishandboat.com and check out their stocking program for the estimated dates. They'll be in your area as well. So be sure you check that out. Now, talking about some other things going on, you know, the Delaware River, you know, it's been down for quite some time with the lack of rain, but over the past week or so, we did get our fair share. So that is bringing some water levels up, and guys, it is paying off. We had Tim Keebler check in with a beautiful smallmouth, so the smallmouth fishing's picking up. Also, at Randy Potter, got a beautiful one too. I think that's close to 4 pounds. I'll take them any day long. Now, if you've been following me around, I've been trying to get some of these muskie for the past few weeks, and I'll tell you, I've been having a real hard time this year. Haven't had any luck. But I'll tell you what, Charles Jones was in the Delaware River, and he picked himself up a 37-inch muskie. What a beautiful catch. I think I have to go follow Chuck around for a little bit because I'm not having any luck. Guys, I hope you're getting out. It's beautiful. Go get on them. From Pennsylvania, I'm George, your Pocono Outdoors guy.
In this week's fishing reports for the New Jersey Delaware Bay edition, you subscribers, you can get access to that flip book. Check it out at thefisherman.com. But we had a report from Dan's Tackle down in Delaware about stripers and blues being caught at Broadkill Beach. Cut mullet was the way to go. Sadly, since our Sunday report, we got some news from the Delaware DNREC. They've been involved in a full cleanup of some 215 gallons of oil washing up from an unknown source around that stretch of Broadkill. Hopefully it's cleaned up by the time you see this. But the one notification they let us know about too is with the tides and currents changing the way they are, you may see that oil pop up somewhere else. So if you're fishing Broadkill or somewhere else along the Delaware Bay shore, make sure you keep an eye out. Anglers who may see oil along the Delaware Bay shore should call DNREC's environmental hotline. That's 800-662-8802. Again, tides change, winds push that oil, push lots of things around, push us around. Tell you what, I'm looking at the forecast for the weekend. The midweek forecast from NOAA, the coming days, it appears to be a bit of an inshore heave on the horizon, which, while sloppy for those of you getting out doing a little bit of trolling for stripers or maybe getting in on the black sea bass, could be good news. A little heave from the east, pushing some of those stripers right here on our laps. I'd like to see that very soon. Those hoping to hit the offshore grounds from the Hudson to Baltimore for swords and tuna, well, I wish I had better news to report for you. This is the time of year we get into those tight windows. You got to choose your windows appropriately, and I don't see a real good window in the weekend ahead. And of course, we have the, probably part of it is the effects of Hurricane Epsilon. And no, I have no idea what happens when we run through the Greek alphabet. I hope we don't have to worry about it. With some bumpy seas, I'll tell you, it would be nice to have a Seakeeper installed on your boat. That's one of those devices that gives you stability on board. The devices are really cool. Expensive, but cool. If you want to check them out, head on over to Ocean Gate Yacht Basin this Saturday. See one installed on a 27 Contender and a Seakeeper 2 on a 32 CV. Seakeepers, check them out firsthand. They're located at 65 Bayview Avenue in Bayville. That's Ocean Gate Yacht Basin. You can call them 732-269-2565. Hey, make sure as you're watching this video, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, hit the little bell. Mark it off. Go to YouTube, sign up, make sure you get these alerts. And also, I still get word from time to time, folks that watch our YouTube video every week. Love you guys. But don't forget, you're only getting a portion of the services we offer at the Fisherman magazine. We've got everything over at thefisherman.com. Subscriptions to the magazine, $29.95 for the year, gets you custom access, exclusive access to a lot of content behind the firewall, plus our November edition's coming out next week. And I got a little tease for you. We've got a couple of tag returns from the Northeast Striped Bass Study. I've got the full write-up in next week's edition, the November edition. Pick it up. Subscribers will get it delivered, and if you're not subscribing, make sure you do so. I'm going to go back to scanning the horizon because eventually I'm going to need to throw something in this bag. Could be a pencil, could be a little neck popper. We'll see. Catch him up. We'll see you again next week right here at thefisherman.com.
Steigercraft boats, built by people who fish our waters. Serious anglers choose Steigercraft for their 40 years of boat building experience right here in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. Visit steigercraft.com for a dealer near you.